Connecting to the dashboard. Starting the stream. What's up? I hope so.
I guess for my sake.
Mm-hmm. Don't trip over the cord.
Don't knock over your face.
Check 1 2, check 1 2. Let's see. Everything seems to be running up and fine. We got live and live and live on the stream, on the dashboard. Okay.
I think he was trying to hit it on purpose.
Oh yeah, he ran across the lights too just a minute ago.
Yeah, you know what he did before that? Scratching the door out.
He doesn't like when doors are closed. You know that.
No, it wasn't closed. The bathroom door was open.
Oh, that's
Scratching something underneath the towel.
rather awkward. Hmm.
Stuck my fingers, and that's when he ran and jumped.
Okay, sure. Sure. Sounds like it. Looks like it. Jerk cat. Oh, anybody listening? You are listening to the stream. This is the before show, just kind of going through everything, making sure all the prep work is good to go. If you hear us on Periscope, glad you're there. You can find us. Well, no, not really. It's just kind of prep and making sure everything's good. 3 minutes before we connect to the Facebooks. I'm sure, as you can tell, there's a missing voice, and that's okay. We'll go over that in here just in a few minutes. Once we actually go live with everybody else and what's going on. Looks like the live stream is working today. Everything seems to be up and running just like it should be, which is nice. Wonderful things to see, wonderful things to hear. Boom, 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 bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. It's been a crazy week, hasn't it? Tons of stuff coming on. What's this? A judge smacks down flimsy lawsuit against Trump. Okay. Ooh. Operation Underground Railroad released a video, which I don't want to share on the radio because that probably won't go over too well. Let's see what else is going on. California man told to take down his treehouse. Oh, Joy Behar. Nobody cares. Ultrasound company employee leaves nasty email for patient. So now she doesn't have a job. Well, that's not smart. Marijuana use on the rise among old people. Well, that makes sense. It's good for the glaucoma. I'm joking, by the way. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Just in a few more seconds, we will be joining up with the Facebook peoples. Hold on. And there we are. Look at that. Welcome to the pre-show, everybody. If you are seeing me, you are seeing me on the Facebook Lives, as well as many other ways and situations here. Let's see what's going on. Oh, wow, that's not good. I wonder How did I do that? Ah, there we go. Woo. Well, you can't actually see me yet here. Here you go. Now you can see me. Woo doo 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 doo. 3 minutes before we get to the actual setup with on the radio show side. There's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff has been hitting the news. There's been a lot of stupid things going on. Oh, tell you what. I do know one thing. I really, really enjoy it when I meet up with somebody or I talk to somebody that I haven't seen in a really long time. And I get to actually say something to them and, you know, have a conversation beforehand and all of that jazz. That was really nice. Dylan, I see you there. Shh. But yet, yes, you do, Erica. You need 7 separate notifications just to make sure everything is good to go. I have to make sure that you know that you were there. How's everybody feeling tonight? Is it good? Yeah? Hey, John. Nice to see you there. AJ. Whew. Wonder how many people are going to show up. It'd be good times. Look at all this. Look at all this. This is very nice. So we got that going on. We're on the Mojo 50 radio. Yes, I'm solo tonight. If you didn't notice by the description, I'll tell you all about it here after the radio starts. It's okay. Hope I don't look lost, because I'm not. It's just, it's fun and it's new and it's exciting. Steven Solo can be dangerous, and my name is spelt with a V. Erica. But I have my coffee, and I have my Fulham, which is earth water. So I think I'm good. I think I got this. It's okay. I don't hold it against you. All right, I'm going on radio silent, and we will start this thing off here in just a second. Hey there, everybody. You are listening to the Defenders of American Exceptionalism live. You can see us on our Facebook page. You can go to facebook.com/DOA show. You can also go to pretty much everywhere. All social medias /DOAE show. Find us there. You can find all the funny comments and everything like that. You can also find us on our website at doaeshow.com. Which is always also very nice. And if you go there, you can become a Defender with us. That's $5 a month or $50 a year. And you also get a shirt if you go annual, the I See What You Did There t-shirt. By the way, if you do follow us on Twitter, use the hashtag I See What You Did There, because I do. You can also find us on Mojo 50 Radio. That's Mojo 50 Radio on the Facebook page. You can go there, look at us, follow us there. We are live on that side as well. We're also got YouTubes and everything else, and you can find us on pretty much everything. Everything. Yes, you can get like 1,000 notifications, Erica. If you follow us on everything, you will definitely know that we are going live, because that's what every notification system does. Verifies and makes sure that you know that we are live. If you haven't noticed yet, I sure have. We are down one. By we, I mean I. I am down to just me. It is me, myself, and I entertaining you guys tonight. By the way, you could be anywhere else, but you're with us. And by that, I mean me. So thank you. I really appreciate it. Oh, anyway, so Dylan's not here. Just to kind of go over a couple things. One, no, he's not dead. I mean, I hope he's not dead. He joined up on the Facebook page to take a look and make sure that we were going live. So he's definitely not dead. He has some personal matters he has to take care of, and he is going to be back with us as soon as he possibly can. Hopefully sooner than later. But until then, everything is going to be done at my abode and over on my side, which means that I get all the fancy lights and fancy equipment and the green screens and all the wonderful, wonderful things. Yes, according to Jabba the Hutt, solo can be very dangerous, but it's okay. He can also be very helpful. So, a couple things that I wanted to get to tonight. Let's see. We have, politics. Politics to me has been kind of a weird situation as of late. It's kind of its own little war game, if you've ever thought about it in any other way. There's your multiple factions, your multiple sides, and each side vying for the positions of the other. It's like kind of like King of the Hill, you know, whoever, somebody has to make it to the top, and then they're just defending their territory from each side. And it's this crazy game that we all seem to really enjoy and want to play. But I never understand why. It's like it's addictive or something. The problem with it is, though, we're no longer playing the game of politics. The war game of politics, as we know it, has changed dramatically. And what I mean by that is now it's no longer just a game of politics. The game is now, what are the rules? You know, I do a bunch of audiobooks, and I listen to a whole bunch of people. And if you haven't had a chance to either read or listen to a book lately, please do it. Please do it. Expand your mind. Get out there. Make sure that you know what's going on in the world. Make sure that you've heard the latest of people. But specifically, I've been reading a whole bunch by Jordan Peterson, because he's had a couple of books out, and he has the Maps of Meaning and a few other things. And one of the biggest things that he talks about is, their kids play multiple games when they go through life. And sometimes the game is just that. It is the game. But there are other times where the game turns into who makes the rules. Here's what I mean by that. What are the rules to engage a person in civil debate? Do you know? Because I don't. There's no such thing anymore. What are the rules to talk to somebody and explain your side without them getting incredibly upset? Do you know? Because I don't. When is political correctness a tool of the political game, and when is it a rule of the political game? Do you know? Because I don't. It's blurred. The lines have been blurred in so many places. Progressivism and the roots of everything that's been going on. It's so incredibly integrated into everything. It emulsifies all sense of reality, all idea and basis in truth. And when you add in the fact of postmodernism, when you add in the idea that you are going to take away, piece by piece, everything that gives meaning, and truth, in any way possible, and you do it somehow while people bicker about the rules. because you've decided that you're no longer going to play in the rules. You are going to make rules. But your rules don't make sense. And the reason why they don't make sense is there's no foundation. There's no truth. There's no basis in reality. And the end point of postmodernism, and the idea of postmodernism, is in fact that they don't want a basis in truth. They want the death of everything that they see is holding up reality as it sets. So what is reality as it sets? Logic. What is logic? Well, it's how we process information. It's the basis of which, where we understand that there is a certain understandable truth, that there is a certain undeniable truth, whether logical, whether metaphorical, whether physical. There's a truth that we all have a standard bared to. They call that the patriarchy. And anything that upholds the patriarchy, the foundations of religion that we've had over the past, multi-millennia. The Greek logic and philosophy that's guided us to the point that we have, not capitalism, because capitalism is an outgrowth. It is an understanding that once men are free, they should be free to do everything. They should be free to live their life and to be responsible for themselves. And capitalism ties into that. So what is the patriarchy? Well, the patriarchy is, all it is, it's just a system in which we all work. We say patriarchy because they say patriarchy because it's controlled by man or by men, not man, because if you use the phrasing man, technically you mean humankind, and they want to specify that it's males. But you take that and you put into place the idea that there is no truth, there is no foundational setup. Everything is, it's all subjective. Your entire world is subjective. So it's all based on your perspective. It's not based on reality. There's no truth in it. It's all outside of the realm. It's all ethereal. Everything is just whatever's in your head at that moment. If you believe that you are a butterfly that happens to poop rainbows on that day, you are. And that's just how it is. That's how they believe it is. Yes, Erica. Problem with progressives. I'm not talking about progressives, though. That's the thing. These people are not just progressives. Postmodernists are the outgrowth of progressivism. They are the Marxists. They are the communists. They want everything under one control so that what they say goes. Because they know if they don't have full control over everybody, then they don't have real control over anybody. And so they keep us bickering about the rules and laughing at each other and making jokes at each other and hating each other and getting enraged or outraged at each other for making stupid comments and not understanding what each other means and dividing each other up in a way that just hurts us all. I really don't see the reason why we can't see that. We'll be right back.
Life insurance is one of those things that just about everybody needs, but few people actually have. Hey, if you die unexpectedly without life insurance, guess what? You'll leave your family with even a bigger mess. Life insurance will help replace your family's income. It'll help cover burial expenses. Life insurance can even help pay off debt like credit cards and medical bills. Life insurance can even pay for college. And if you own a business and you die, life insurance can help your business from collapsing. It can even help cover estate taxes. Life insurance has never been more affordable and needed. Plus, you can always shop around even if you have a plan and save some money. So call the Life Insurance Quote Line right now for free pricing information.
800-915-9542. 800-915-9542. 800-915-9542. That's 800-915-9542.
Hey, this is Dylan and Steven from Defenders of American Exceptionalism, here to give you the facts about hydration.
Thirst pains are real. Chronic joint pains, headaches, and ulcers can often spell dehydration. Water's needed to carry acidic waste away from the cells, and when we're dehydrated, these wastes don't get carried away, leading our nerves to interpret it as pain.
If you're tired, it may be dehydration. One study found that a mere drop in water levels in the body can cause a 25 to 30% loss in energy. Even a 3% drop can cause fuzzy thinking, brain fog, and a slower metabolism.
How do you remedy this? Some people may ask.
Earthwater. Go to earthwater.com/DOAE show to get yours now.
These bottles are packed with 70 plus trace minerals, 9.5 pH balance, no carbs, sugars, artificial sweeteners, preservatives, chemicals, or calories.
It's organic, gluten-free, and vegan as well because it's, well, you know, water.
And with this high active carbon and molecular oxygen levels and antioxidants, it will hydrate you the way to a better life.
That's earthwater.com/DOAE show to get your bottles today.
earthwater.com/DOAE show.
According to a 2017 Gallup poll, 85% of Americans hate their jobs. 85%. And most of those people will continue to hate their jobs over something as simple as updating and formatting their resume. Let Nicole's resume renewal service help you gain a leg up in an already competitive job market. Please go to www.facebook.com/Nicole's resume renewal service and relieve yourself of the worry of an outdated resume. Use the promo code DEFENDERS and receive $10 off your order of a resume cover letter package. That's www.facebook.com/Nicole's resume renewal service. Don't be part of that 85%. Log on today at www.facebook.com/Nicole's resume renewal service and use the promo code DEFENDERS for $10 off.
That's especially. You can find all that at the shop, or you can become a Defender with us. And if you do, it's $5 a month, $50 a year. If you go with the annual, you'll also get a shirt that says, I see what you did there. That's our I see what you did there t-shirt. And if you go to our, if you follow us on Twitter, you can use that hashtag. That way we know that you are following and listening along. If you are on Facebook, I see you there. Thank you guys for following and listening to us. And also on Mojo 50 Radio over on the Facebook side. Let's see here. So we have a couple other stories I want to get to. Obviously, first segment here was a little bit philosophical. Hope that's okay with you guys. But I do want to get into some of the political mess and the political jargon that's been going on. Let's see. What you need? Yeah, Matt. We got all the way up to 5X shirts, man. We got you. It's no problem at all. No problem at all. Get me off topic here. Why don't you? Okay, so let's go to some fact checks. This is actually from, so most of my stories tonight are from NPR. And by the way, I did that on purpose. That way, nobody can complain to me from the other side saying that I'm using only right-leaning services for news. So this is from NPR. Fact check. Who gets credit for the booming U.S. economy? Here's the story. The U.S. economy is chugging along. Employers added 201,000 jobs last month, and the unemployment rate held steady at a low 3.9%. Average wages in August were nearly 3% higher than they were the rest of the year. So who should get the credit? Trump says that it's him. Obama recently came out and said that he was the one who was the reason why all of this has happened. And so what they're saying is that, there was a turning point. Trump is saying that there was a turning point. There was an obvious change in how everything has been working since his presidency, since his acceptance. And Obama's saying, not so much. But I'd have to say, if you look at... I follow you, Matt. I follow you. But this is funny because they actually used the facts. And here's what I mean. I'm going to show you a couple images here. Pull them up. Boom. This is business investments over the past few years. So check the trends out. On the trends, you can see there are a couple lines. There is before and after the election. As you'll find, although it did hit a rock bottom about a year before the election, it went up a little bit on every one of these and then started dropping again until Trump was elected. Now, am I saying that Trump is the reason why? Well, maybe. He might be. He did put in a lot of different policies. He opened up investments into energy and oil. He cut back some taxes, which is always good, and some corporate taxes, which is always nice. And this is corporate, right? This is all corporate. More than a $300 billion trend since he came into office, and there's all corporate stuff there. But here's what I want to point out to you specifically. Check this out. Here's your blue collar, average Joe. Here's your average Joe growth. As you'll see at the very end, there's a little bit of a dip at the top of the mountain there. But there's an obvious change. There's an obvious shoot up, level out, and then dramatic increase after the Trump election for good producing employment. By goods, I mean goods, like stuff. People that produce stuff. There's an obvious growth in blue-collar work. There's an obvious growth in business and investments. And then you have the other one, which I don't have the graph for. I apologize. But the other one is the small business optimism record. And so they went back all the way. It goes all the way back from to 1983. But if you look at it, which, by the way, all the links are in the description box up at the top. You can look at all this stuff yourself. You can investigate yourself. Never trust me. Small Business Optimism Index. There was an uptrend right before the election while it was still Obama. But right after the election of Donald Trump, it was a major spike in optimism for small business. Also, there was huge reportings for business expanding and higher real sales over a 6-month period for all businesses, and they all coincide with the election. What that tells you isn't necessarily that it was either of their case, but because of the policies that have been put into place since Trump has been in office, taking away the mandate, making sure that small businesses don't get taxed out of their face, making sure that people have a little bit more money in their pocket. Not a lot, but a little bit more. And the overall feeling that people have right now, which is that everything's getting better. That wasn't the case for 8 solid years. And while the economy did fluctuate up and down, little bits here, little bits there, little bit here, little bit there, and people started kind of going through on a few bases. It wasn't until this past election that people really thought, and by people, I mean the people that actually do business, not the people crying in the streets or screaming at the sky because somebody won an election. No, the people that are actually affected by all of the laws and all of the regulations and everything else that's happened, the people that are affected by it most are happier. They're more energetic. They're more willing to go out and do something more. These people are willing. And able. They have the money. They have the resources. They're not taxed as much. They can go out and hire new people. They have the ability to pay people what they're worth in many cases. And we have more jobs now waiting to be filled. And by jobs, I mean pretty much any job. I mean any job. You can go, we talked about it, I think, Saturday. You can go and you can find a trade job if you don't have anything to work on right now. You can go find a trade job tomorrow and get paid anywhere from $20 to $35 an hour to start, depending upon the job. We have such an advancement and everything like that. I mean, honestly, I should go do that myself, but I'd rather be talking to you guys. I'd rather be doing what I'm doing now. There's so many things that look brighter. And I don't know if it's Donald Trump. I don't know if it's the politics. I don't know what exactly it is. But the policies that put in place do help. We'll be right back.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-249-8901 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-249-8901. Again, 800-249-8901.
So you're looking for a job, right?
Wait, no, should I be? I mean, I always keep my options open, but should I?
We'll talk about that after this gets on. But if you happen to be looking for a job, one of the most important things you will need is an updated and current resume.
Are you trying to tell me something here?
Nicole's Resume Renewal Service is where you should go take your resume to the next level.
I really don't understand. Have you seen what happens when you try to go it alone?
Go to facebook.com/Nicole's Resume Renewal Service to get your resume in top shape. And don't forget to use the promo code Defenders for $10 off any resume package.
Is this because we aren't going daily right now?
That's facebook.com/Nicole's Resume Renewal Service. That's facebook.com/Nicole's Resume Renewal Service with the promo code Defenders for $10 off.
Is this really for me?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, seriously. Is this for me?
Nah, it's water under the bridge.
Do you have a retirement account worth more than $100,000? Pay close attention to what I'm about to tell you. Gold is a better way. Gold is a better way to protect your retirement, a better way to grow your retirement, and better than everything you're currently doing inside your retirement account. At Advantage Gold, we're certain that gold is going higher in price and going to outperform stocks and bonds. We've created the world's first gold protection retirement platform ever built. If you have an IRA or 401k, you can get your free access. Once you see it, you'll have no choice but to agree. Gold is a better way. And all you need to do is call our recorded line for your special quote. You can join the site for free. Just call now to get your code. 800-932-2605, 800-932-2605, 800-932-2605. That's 800-932-2605.
And we're back. Once again, you are listening to the Defenders of American Exceptionalism. Just want to clear up a couple things. Yes, Matt, you are correct. If you believe that the president has an actual major effect on the economy and that he's supposed to run the economy, you aren't thinking properly. The president is not supposed to run the economy. He's supposed to serve us and run the government. But if we have somebody in office that actually runs the government in a way that helps the economy by getting out of its way, then it's probably a better thing. Speaking of helping the economy, by the way, guys, if you want and if you are looking for a new job, why don't you buffer your resume a little bit? Go to Skillshare.com. Use promo code DOAE Show 2MO. That's DOAE Show 2 month. And you can get 2 months free. Once again, go to Skillshare.com, where you can find thousands and thousands of lessons in wonderful, crazy, and historic skills. And if you do that, that's at Skillshare.com and use the promo code DOAE Show 2MO. Now, on to bigger and better things. So is college free? Because I know it's not. But apparently there's an entire generation of people that believe it should be. But I wonder, does it sound too good to be true? It's funny because NPR also thought it sounded too good to be true. And they go through a list of why. And I kind of wanted to share a little bit of that with you here, just for a few minutes. So here's the truth of what they're looking for. What they want is they want the tuition to be covered for at least 4 years to cover an entire or at least cover a bachelor's degree in a 4-year institution. They're very close cousins and all of that. They also want help for low-income students to cover living expenses and cover fees in additional tuition because students have to eat. They also want to include adults or returning students, you know, people that are older than 25, to go get more college. They don't want college requirements like a GPA requirement of above 2.0 or at least a C average. And they also want to allow students to enroll half-time and still get all government-paid benefits and everything else. And apparently grants currently don't cover or convert. They want all grants to not convert into loans. And by the way, grants don't convert into loans. Grants are just grants. But they don't want loans at all. They just want everything to be a big government grant. See, the problem there is that costs a lot of money. A ton of money. So let's talk about Oregon a little bit because let's say Oregon did a promise program. It's very new. It's free college sort of idea. And it's in its 3rd year, and it's smaller than other states who have done it, like Indiana. But it does a 2-year grant, which covers a maximum of 90 credits and is applicable only to community colleges. Now, Oregon promised the state that it would cost a heck of a lot less than Indiana's program, which, by the way, Indiana's program was more than $160 million in financial aid. Oregon's program costs the state $20 to $25 million a year, according to Ben Cannon, the executive director of Oregon High Educational Coordinating Commission. The biggest difference between Indiana and Oregon, apparently, is that who benefits it. Indiana restricts its free college to low-income students, while Oregon does not. Oregon allows pretty much anybody that's in there. The first year of the Oregon's program, fewer than half of all the participants have qualified for a Pell Grant, a common measure for low income. The state does not have a separate, larger program, or it does have a larger program called the Oregon Opportunity Grant that targets low-income students, but it has been badly underfunded, meaning that they don't have enough money to fund it. Wait, I thought they were talking about free college. Why do they need to fund? Oh yeah, by the way, it's because they want everything from food to lodging. They want no GPA requirements. They want to make sure that any student is allowed to enroll and have to not pay for it, whether it be a half-time or whether they have grants available to them or not. You know, I started college. I went to community college. And I couldn't take it, mainly because when I got in, I realized that all they wanted to do was indoctrinate me into a certain thought process, so I stopped. And I've made do with what I have. I'm not going to tell you that I'm the most intelligent person in the world, but I make do. I can get by. I can get by without a college education because I know how to physically apply myself. And if you keep in mind that this entire process, what they're asking for, what they want, all the stuff that they have available to them, all of this comes back to the federal government eventually, because every state will run out of money to pay for this. Because the states will not be allowed to tax past a certain amount, or else the people will revolt. So it will come to all of us, whether it be from Indiana, West Virginia, whether it be from Oregon, of all places. You can't go through this and think you can get everything for free. That's not what we're here for. We're not here to have a freebie. We're here so that we can make ourselves better and make our world better in return. Now I'm going to use that to transition over to this because this is something that, for me, is crazy. On September 12th, yes, September 11th happened. Yes, I'm not talking about it because it was a sad note. But I'm going to talk about this sad note. On September 12th, a suicide bombing in eastern Afghanistan killed 68 and wounded tons more. The death toll from the suicide bombing attack protested gathering in eastern Afghanistan on Tuesday has gone up to 68, with another 165 wounded, and the number dead could rise even further, according to the government officials. The latest toll reported that Atwala Kogiani. Nailed it. Atwala Kogiani. Yeah, there you go. A spokesperson for the provincial governor was up from an early figure of 32, now to 68. Protesters of the Nangarhar province in the Akhin district had gathered to call for the removal of the local police commander. They accused the officials of involvement in arbitrary killing and robberies. That's pretty odd, but I hope it doesn't. I know, Erica. I know. Don't touch it. Not with a 9-foot pole. Anyway, most of all of the dead or wounded are believed to be civilians. Reuters notes, the attack was more of the worst in Afghanistan for months by security officials who've warned that similar attacks are likely if crowds gather for campaign rallies ahead of the parliament election. Thank you, Lance. Thank you. I'm glad that you understood my perfect pronunciation. The Taliban have denied any involvement so far. No group has claimed responsibility for the attack. In the past, ISIS would have claimed this as their attack, but according to Al Jazeera, which nobody trusts, the deadly suicide attack came hours after multiple bombings targeted schools in Jalalabad. Hey, I got that one right. One blast went off at the entrance of Malika Omari Girls' School in the morning. Of course, it's a girls' school because there's your patriarchy, folks. Killing a 14-year-old boy and wounding 4 others. Why was there a 14-year-old boy at a girls' school? It was followed by an explosion at Besud district, also near 2 schools. Let me ask you a question here in America. Do we have people bombing schools because there are girls being taught in them? You postmodernists, do you see this? These are people that you protect. These are people that you say need to be looked after and cared for. And by that, I mean the extremist Islamicist. You say that you are for women's rights. What about these women? You say that you're for the rights of all adults or all people, all living people. What about these people? Why are you silent when this happens? But when somebody says something to the effect of, oh, that girl has a big butt, you flash mob the person. Get them erased from Twitter and destroy their life. Because it's the same as rape to you. When you have no foundation, everything falls apart. When you have no understanding, because you feel that all logic and all basis of reality is all made up, you have nothing to stand on. You are on sinking sand. And this just shows you exactly who you are. We'll be right back, folks.
Remember in the beginning, when you first started to build a life for you and your family, you never imagined it would come to this. Instead of living your dreams, you're living with debt. In fact, it's smothering you. Now there's a way you can take back control with one simple call. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, you qualify to receive a free, no-obligation consultation on how to get rid of that debt for good. Call the Debt Helpline now. We work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. One simple call is all it takes to get the ball rolling to a debt-free life. Stop living with debt and start living your dreams. Call the Debt Helpline now.
800-648-9176. 800-648-9176. 800-648-9176. That's 800-648-9176.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that make may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-327-2381. That's 800-327-2381. 800-327-2381.
Hey, this is Dylan and Steven from Defenders of American Exceptionalism, here to give you the facts about hydration.
Thirst pains are real. Chronic joint pains, headaches, and ulcers can often spell dehydration. Water's needed to carry acidic waste away from the cells, and when we're dehydrated, these wastes don't get carried away, leading our nerves to interpret it as pain.
If you're tired, it may be dehydration. One study found that a mere drop in water levels in the body can cause a 25 to 30% loss in energy. Even a 3% drop can cause fuzzy thinking, brain fog, and a slower metabolism.
How do you remedy this? Some people may ask.
Earthwater. Go to earthwater.com/DOAE show to get yours now.
These bottles are packed with 70 plus trace minerals, 9.5 pH balance, no carbs, sugars, artificial sweeteners, preservatives, chemicals, or calories.
It's organic, gluten-free, and vegan as well because it's, well, water.
And with its high active carbon and molecular oxygen levels and antioxidants, it will hydrate you the way to a better life.
That's earthwater.com/DOAE show to get your bottles today.
earthwater.com/DOAE show. We're back. Last segment. Rolling through everything. DOAE Show. You can find us at DOAE Show. You can find us everywhere that you can hear my voice. And pretty much anywhere that you can hear anybody else's voice, whether it be iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Mojo 50 Radio. You can listen to Mojo live. And you can catch all the best. So many people that are much better than I. Can't believe they actually allowed us on. It's amazing. Anyway. Oh, by the way, hey, if you like this shirt and you have an idea that you want to make some shirts, I have a deal for you. If you have a website of your own, go to printful.com/a/DOAE show. That's printful.com/a/DOAE show. The reason why you go there is because if you want to make your own business, you can make it a shirt business. If you have some funny ideas, you have some things that you want to get out there, you want to make some shirts, some hats, some mugs, get out there and do it. Become an entrepreneur. That's printful.com/a/DOAE show. So you guys know about the UN and about how they're pretty terrible when it comes to everything. Everything. So they had this thing. It's called a bottle fish. And it's based off an idea. What they were trying to do is they made a sculpture. And then on this sculpture, they put they did a buttload of bottles. And all these bottles were all bottles that were taken from the ocean and recycled by putting them on this giant fish. This was for one of their meetings that they were doing, where they were talking at the UN and they were talking about all the wonderful environmental issues of the day and everything that was going on. And well, they built it, and they had their meeting, and then they didn't take it down, and they built it on the beach, right next to the water. So you probably guessed it by now. It was destroyed by the waves, and all of the bottles then went back into the ocean and polluted the water. Good job, the UN. Here's the reason why. So they were trying to demonstrate how to be clever. And they were using clever marketing and industry and everything else. And they were trying to be, all this great thing. They were going to construct it with plastics, all the plastic bottles and everything else that came from all the recycled materials that they found in the ocean and blah, 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 blah. Great idea. Great idea. They built it, and they didn't take it down. The reason why is because the UN left, and they never set up contractors to take the sculpture down after they had left because they figured it would be a sculpture forever. But because they were being eco-friendly, they didn't use materials that would stay together well. So when the waves hit and the salt water washed on all those plastic bottles and on top of that sculpture, oh no. It looks like the UN decided to pollute the waters again. Yes, it is a perfect analogy for everything that is the UN. Basically, all they try to do, everything that they try to do, turns into a complete and utter spoiled mess. It's like they could have made their own raft and their own trash float. They could have made a trash island, kind of like China does. You know how China does? They've been building these little islands right outside of their territories in the oceans so that they can extend their land. But they're using all plastic bottles and plastic jugs and everything else. And all the trash that they make, they're using that to build the islands. And it just so happens that the UN decided to do the exact same thing, except for they forgot that they were building an island and instead built a fish. And when they built the fish, they forgot that they needed to take it down or else the waves would carry it away. And once the waves hit it, all the bottles got carried away. So good job, UN. Awesome job, government of the world. Why? Why? Why are we still a part of it? Why is there an idea of the UN still? Everybody there, except for America, is a dictatorship. Everybody. They have no idea how to do things properly. They have no idea how to utilize business. They have no idea what to do to fix the government, which is one of the reasons why I'm really glad we got out of the Paris Accords, because it was stupid and it cost a ton of money, mainly from the US. And everything that they do, all it does is hurt us in the end. It's like the UN is filled with a bunch of despots. Maybe. I don't know. It might be. It might be that case. The United States doesn't need to be part of something like that. We have enough problems on our own. If we wanted to. If we wanted to be the best that we could be. If we wanted to be the world police, which technically we are, because nobody, and by that I mean nobody, wants to police their own place. Everybody knows that when problems happen, America will come and save you. But what happens when America is no longer America? What happens when the people that run America run it exactly like the rest of the world? What happens when the light and the life that is America, that is our country, goes away? You know, everybody talks about, what's that French guy? That French guy that wrote Democracy in America. And everybody's like, you know, American exceptionalism. American exceptionalism. American exceptionalism. It's where we get our name. It's where the show gets its name. But I want to point to you something that was actually written in his words, de Tocqueville. That's what it is, Tocqueville. The position of the Americans is therefore quite exceptional. This is where he says that. And it may be believed that no democratic people will ever be placed in a similar position. I think that in no country in the civilized world is less attention paid to philosophy than in the United States, which is kind of funny. The Americans have no philosophical schools of their own. This was, by the way, when we were just starting out. And they care but little for all of the schools into which Europe is divided, the very names of which are scarcely known to them. Nevertheless, it is easy to perceive that almost all the inhabitants of the United States conduct their understanding in the same manner and govern it by the same rules. That is to say, without ever having taken the trouble to define the rules of philosophical method, they are in possession of it, and it's common to all the people. We were a country that was founded on such a philosophy that we understood it to our core. We didn't have to have somebody teach it to us. It was bred into us. It was raised into us from the very beginning. We're losing that. We're letting people teach us that what we've known for 200 plus years is wrong. And if we don't stop it, there won't be anybody else to save us. And we're leaving that on a somber note there. So, guys, thank you. Thank you for staying with me. I know I've been kind of depressing. It's okay. It'll get better from here on out. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on Mojo 5.0, on many other platforms. We are live. We play out. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us everywhere at DOA Show. Go check out everybody else on Mojo. Go check out the guys on Lanterns. Get a shirt. Become a defender. Help us save the country.